Today I will be giving a little update on what am I planning to do in what regards the death of Diogo, Jota, Andre Silva, and obviously the long forgotten death of Emiliano Sala. For those of you who do not know it yet, today that I am speaking right now is not actually day 50 of me recording myself going to the gym. It's actually day 68, which means that I am 18 days ahead. That's why you haven't seen anything about what I said I plan to do yet about these deaths. You'll only see them in about 18 days. I think it's a little less, it's actually 16 days. In 16 days, the first one will come out. And what I will be doing is, in order to remember these three young men, to remember that life is brief, every single week, I don't know what weekday the video will come out, but I know that for me, it will be on a Saturday. Every Saturday, I will be doing extra pull-ups for these men. And every single Saturday, I will remember why I have to do these extra pull-ups. It's because of them. Because they're not here and I am. And also it's a change of mindset. I don't have to do these pull-ups. I get to do these pull-ups. My hands aren't hurting. My hands get the hurt. So those are just a few thoughts that come across my head while I was doing these pull-ups for these young men. So what is it that I will be doing? So let's assume that I am at, in this case, I believe that I was at 215 pull-ups by the time the video comes out, and I decided to jump straight into 250. So every single week, let's suppose that I am at 320, I will jump to 350. Let's suppose that I'm 355, I will jump straight to 400. And I will give this huge jump in the pull-ups that I am doing in order to remember them. And I will dedicate those videos to them, and I will try in those videos to talk about what happened to them. And I mean, I can imagine already by week 3 of me doing this, no one will talk about them anymore. Hopefully I keep their memory alive for a little bit longer, and hopefully we all get to learn a lot of lessons from this and actually learn them, put them into practice, not just say we learned and change nothing in our lives. Now, the goal of increasing these pull-ups is to get me substantially closer to my goal faster, because young men dying young tells you that you don't have as much time as you think. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Do you really want to take a gamble at it? So that is the goal here, to just try to get us to our goal faster. And to just make sure that we make the most of the time we have. Because as I've said before, we are all living on borrowed time, and all of us know it. But not all of us live and act like we know it. So yeah, that will be what we are doing. Every single goddamn week, we'll be doing extra pull-ups for these men, to remember these men, and for ourselves. And I encourage you to also, every day of the week, to remember these men, to remember maybe a young man, a young friend that you lost maybe in a car accident, that you lost to a disease, and make sure that every single day, it's not just one day per week. You gotta do this every single day, but one day per week, we will go the extra mile in order to make sure that we make the most of our time here. And believe it or not, this actually really helped, because every single pull-up session, your brain, personally my brain, it comes up with so many excuses to just, let's not do all the pull-ups today. But in that day, I had never done 250 pull-ups before. And it was one of the first days, I believe, no, that was the day after, sorry, that my hands ripped. But basically my hands were hurting, I was tired, it was hot, and I was just like, man, you're really crying about doing pull-ups. These 3 young men are dead, and you're crying about doing pull-ups. You don't have to do these pull-ups. You get to do these pull-ups. Emiliano Sala doesn't get to do any pull-ups. He died in a plane crash. Diogo, Jota, and Andre Silva don't get to do any pull-ups anymore. They don't even get to breathe no more. They're buried. You're not. You're here. So what are you crying about? You get to do the pull-ups. Your hands get to hurt. Their hands don't get to hurt no more. They're gone. So yeah, that actually helped me a lot to do the pull-ups. You know, it's a little change in mindset, a little perspective. And it helped me stop whining and actually just get the pull-ups done. So yeah, let's just try to make something good out of a very bad situation. Obviously, you know, I'm dedicating these days to these 3 men because they're famous. Obviously, a lot of young men die every day, but these 3 are the poster boys for young deaths. These are the men that kind of broke the world that everyone is talking about. That's why I am using them as an example. I hope you understand.